Creative Visualization by Shakti Gawain. I purchased this book a number of years ago. In fact, I know by looking inside, it was June the 2nd, 2001. It is a book that I have referred to often throughout the years as it has a number of easy to do follow through exercises. The one thing that I would like to read, and I think it is important, and it's a note from Shakti, a letter to my readers. This book contains many different techniques. You'll probably find that it works best not to try to absorb them all at once, but more gradually. I suggest that you read the book slowly, trying some of the exercises as you go along, giving yourself the chance to absorb them more deeply. Or you might want to read it once, then reread it more slowly. I like that she mentioned both things because I am definitely someone who believes in people having to find what works best for them, whether that's writing out notes by hand, whether that's typing out notes, or dictating them. Each person needs to find what works best for them and how they can best absorb and retain information. Personally, when I have a book like this, I like to go through it quickly the first time. Partly because over the years that I've read so many of the different self-help and law of attraction and other nonfiction books, what I've sometimes found as I've gone through them is they sound really great in the beginning, and then somewhere near the middle or the end of the book, a shoe drops, and I'm just like, yeah, no, that's not for me. And I end up giving the books away. So I always do a very quick read through once to see whether it's something that I'm going to be able to follow through on and commit to. And Creative Visualization was definitely one of those books. Throughout the book, as she mentioned in her letter, there are a number of different things, and it's broken down into 5 parts. So her first one is the basics of creative visualization, and that's helpful. And I like that she talks also on page 34. Some people are more visually oriented, some are auditory, others are more kinesthetic. We all use our imaginations constantly. It's impossible not to. So whatever process you find yourself doing when you imagine is fine. In other words, some people may get caught up in they can't get pictures in their head, so they can't be visualizing. And that isn't true. Other people visualize and they get it as a gut feeling or an instinct. And other people do it through touch and by action. So you need to do the self-work and recognize what it is that works for you. In other words, are you someone who can picture something clearly in your mind? Are you someone who goes by your gut feelings? Or are you someone who may enjoy putting together a journal or a creative visual board by finding pictures or doing your own artwork? Again, it's about what is going to work best for you. She also talks about the importance of affirmations, and the book has a wide variety that you can use if you're not quite sure how to word them or you're just starting with affirmations. Part 2 is about using creative visualization. And she goes through and gives a variety of examples of how to do that, and she takes you through step by step. Part 3 are meditations and affirmations. And again, she has a number of wonderful examples and guides you through how to do that. Part 4 are special techniques. So she starts with a creative visualization notebook. And it's something that I definitely support and something that I do myself. If you watch my video on journaling, then you saw some of the things that I've done to kind of motivate and inspire myself. If you haven't seen that video, I'll have it linked in the comment in the description down below. Doing a notebook, you can use, again, whatever works best for you. So you may want to buy a journal with a motivating saying on the front of it. You may want to buy a plain notebook and use stickers or do up some of your own art to fancy up the cover. And doing that is a nice little cue to your mind that when you pull that particular journal out, you're getting ready to focus on your creative visualization activities and exercises. What I sometimes do, because I have a book dedicated to the different goals, is I'll pull it out every now and again and I flip through the goals and add any updates or any changes that I may make. That's important because you may start out with some goals or you may think this is the direction I'd like to move in, but then you realize that maybe that isn't where your heart soars and sings, or maybe there have been other circumstances in your life that have changed and you decide that you want to actually move in a different direction. And it's absolutely okay to change your goals and the direction that you're moving. Just be clear on the fact that you're not changing them because maybe it's getting hard or it's getting challenging. The universe, if you've seen my video on The Alchemist, will sometimes put things in your way to see if you're truly committed and willing to do the work to reach your goal. I'll leave a link down below to The Alchemist if you haven't seen that story yet. There's also an activity of writing out your ideal scene. A chance to dream and write out if you had no stress or worry about failing, what would your ideal day look like? Where would you be? What would you be doing? So have some fun with it. She has another activity called treasure maps, and some people call these vision boards. So you find images and pictures or words, and you could put them on Bristol board, some people use cork board, or you could even do it in a document on your computer. Again, it's important to find what's going to work best for you and be sure that you have it somewhere that you can take a peek and a look at it to remind yourself of the different goals and things that you're moving towards. If you're wondering about this little tale, that would be Xena, who's now decided she's camera shy. Creative Visualization is a wonderful book to give a read and has easy to follow exercises and explains things clearly and concisely. So if you're looking for some motivation, inspiration, how-to ideas, it's definitely one worth checking out. If you have read Creative Visualization or any of the other many works by Shakti, please leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought. If you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, be sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment below as it certainly helps me fine-tune my content. Also, if you enjoy bookish content, nature videos, be sure to give Ghost a little tickle and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you know when I upload new content that may be of interest to you. Until next time, happy reading.